What is up guys, Thunder Studios here, welcome back to another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at Blokees Defender version 01. This is Blokees miniature line. These guys are about 5 centimeters or 2 inches tall, and these are superposable mini model kits. So if you get the whole box, you get the entire set and one special version, that being Megatron here. You can either get Optimus or Megatron if you can only get one in the set. The entire set comes with 4 vehicle modes, a couple of special ones, and yeah, they're just super fun to mess about with. So let's take a look at them. Off with the one and only Optimus Prime. He's super cool. He's got like this really chibiified head sculpt, and that looks amazing, especially with the print on here. And yeah, the heads are just like has cutouts for the eyes, which are just separate pieces. I do really like all like the details on here. You can sort of see the matrix on the chest and the stripe on the chest and the Autobot symbol. Unfortunately, no detailing on the legs or on the hip piece, but that's pretty good nonetheless. And these guys do have like a base range of posability, so like a ball joint at the head, arms that can rotate, bicep rotation, ball joint elbow, and they do have ball joints for the wrist so they can slightly rotate and do that. And they each come with accessories, and they've also got a ball joint at the waist so it can also rotate and slightly go to the side. The legs can kick up that far, knee bend, ankle pivot on a ball joint as well. And yeah, they are like superposable and really fun to mess about with. My favorite one in this set is Brilliant Bumblebee. So this is like just the regular Bumblebee. He's like all metallic, and I think this really is kind of unique. And he also has metallic eye color, and also the print is really nice, especially on like the feet here. He's got unique feet to mimic the car hood. I just really like the colors on this guy, and yeah, he's got the same amount of posability, but he has more range in the head and the arms. They also have like these little slots on the arms here, so they go out straight instead of being restricted. And they all come with an accessory, Bumblebee's being his gun, which is pretty cool. He doesn't have the most details on him, but he's pretty simple and shiny. My second favorite in the set is Megatron. I did end up getting the 5 in 144 version, which is just like normal Megatron but shiny. You can get like a special armor type version. I did not pull him unfortunately, but yeah, I do really like the details on the chest here. It's very intricately printed, especially for something this small. And yeah, you can see the Decepticon logo. And if I do take off the head, he's got, yeah, metallic eye color, which is really cool. And I do really like all the chibiified aesthetic. These are more chibiified than the regular Galaxy class, and these are just like super cute versions. And I do really like the color with the gunmetal and just the regular silver. And of course he has his fusion cannon. Next up, probably my third favorite would be Skywarp. Unfortunately, the eyes is a bit like inset, so you can't really see it. But like these guys are really superposable, and this is probably my favorite in terms of posing. You can just get him into some really unique poses and stuff, especially like with the waist joint and everything. He also has the chest, but this is slightly more yellowy than orange, and he also has like some intakes fans there. And if you turn him around, he has the stripes and the Decepticon logo, and they all have printing on the headpiece. Really cool. Now for Glittering Ironhide, this is probably my least favorite of the set. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but I'm not really vibing with like the full transparent aesthetic. Like if they just made the gray parts here black, like solid, I think it would look much cooler. Nonetheless, he still looks pretty cool, and he comes with just the standard gun that Bumblebee has as well. And he has the chest details with a tiny little Autobot logo. It's a bit hard to read because he's red as well. And he has the van lights. I do really like the head sculpt for this. It looks really good. And yeah, this guy is entirely made out of clear plastic, so not really sure how he's going to hold up over time, but hopefully he doesn't disintegrate. Probably won't, but just in case. And also these guys were really fun to put together and quite simple. Took me about 2 minutes each, and yeah, I enjoyed building them. Next up is Prowl. This is probably the most detailed one out of them all. He has like this really cool back piece with the door wings, and they are all printed. There's like even print in the wheels and the tiny little police logo. And his crest is printed as well, and he's got like this really unique head sculpt, and just the chest is printed, and the shoulders are unique as well. He has the same gun that everyone has, but I really like the leg details on here. They're also printed as well, and just the colors on this guy, super cool. I don't know, the white looks really good. Next is Shattered Glass Sideswipe. It's a bit odd that in the first set they have just Shattered Glass Sideswipe instead of the regular version, but in the most recent set he did come out. He has a standard blaster, a really nice head sculpt, and the colors on this guy are really nice, like with the teal and everything and the purple Autobot logo. And he has a unique back sculpt with the shoulder cannon, which is really cool, especially for posing because it's also on a ball joint. Yeah, he's just super unique with like orange details on the legs as well. Yeah, he's really cool. Next up is Scavenger. He's probably my favorite looking Constructicon. I don't have the other sets in hand yet, but out of just images, he's probably the best looking. Fortunately, he doesn't really have any light gray paint on the head sculpt, and this time it isn't an insert, it's just printed on there, the visor, but it is really well done. There's like no sort of like fuzziness or anything. It looks pretty much like it was an insert. And the chest details, I really like the stripes on here and the Decepticon logo. He's just plain below the waist, which is kind of unfortunate, but there's quite a lot of detail here. And he also has his scooper, which is kind of articulated here. I'll show you that when we get to the vehicle mode of him. But yeah, he's a pretty cool little guy. This is Scavenger's alt mode. This is really unique. I really like the printing on the window here, and just like the stripes here and the headlights. And also this comes with like a little drill thing that you can take off and give to Scavenger's robot mode, which looks pretty cool. And this also has like unique tread pieces. Fortunately, that means he does not roll, even though the individual wheels do. And yeah, he has a good range of articulation. Like this whole thing can rotate, and yeah, the scooper can scoop as well. And this part can go up. I think it's like on inset or something. It has 2 points of clicks, and also he has connection points there and here for Devastator. I know that I'm late to this, but yeah, Devastator's already been revealed and fulfilled, and they just announced Bruticus, so I'm very excited for him. Up is probably the simplest alt mode, but he doesn't look half bad. Like this is Skywarp, and compared to his robot mode, it's a brand new piece for the wings. They could have just reused that, but it's quite cool that they gave me a new piece with all the printing details on here. It's quite intricate, and yeah, the printing on the cockpit is clean. And I really like the null rays. They just clip onto the side, and it is like really fun to like swoosh about and be quite fun to play with. And here we have Glittering Bumblebee in his alt mode. It's kind of odd that they gave Bumblebee just like a metallic version and then a clear version instead of just making them the same. Like this could have been metallic or that could have been clear. But I do really like this alt mode, including like the wheels being clear. That's a nice touch. And this minigun here, if you take it off, you can give it to another Autobot, and that looks pretty cool as a weapon. Something I'm not really a huge fan of is the plastic sort of looks a bit green because of the black plastic underneath it. That's just not really an issue. It's just an issue because the main plastic is black. It kind of looks greenish, but if you look at the edges here, it just looks yellow. But this is pretty cool. And one thing I'm not really understanding about is the stripe here. They made it go over the hood, and then if I take a look at the normal Bumblebee, they made it go off the hood, so that's a bit odd. And this also has some extra details that this doesn't have, but this is actually a clear plastic like thing that goes over the transparent black plastic. So yeah, it's actually has windows that are inserted, which is pretty cool. The best alt mode is the Mini Optimus Prime. I really like the silver paint on the here compared to the robot mode where it's just grey plastic. And yeah, the windows look pretty good, and the lights and even the mirrors, and he has the Autobot logo, and smokestacks are pretty cool. And unfortunately, these like mini vehicle modes don't really roll the best. They're kind of like, the wheels are kind of stiff, but it also has the repair bay from the trailer, which if you do get the new set, you can add on. And if you lift this up, you can have another Autobot like riding him, which is pretty cool. Makes for some fun play opportunities. But other than that, he's pretty cool. I do prefer the robot modes overall. But yeah, wrap out and I'll give you my final thoughts. So for my first time getting a full case from Blokees, I think this is a very positive experience. I'm probably going to get Wave 2 or like the Galaxy versions. So let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. But yeah, this is really fun, and if you can just find like a couple on my store shelves, I think they're only like $3 each. They're very cheap and very fun. They're like mini model kits. They're very easy to assemble, and they have a high amount of articulation, and they're very fun to put in poses and everything. They do look really cool, especially like the metallic versions. They just have a lot of paint on them. So that's it for my review for the Blokees Defender version 01. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what figure you want me to review next. Peace.